Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to make this video because I was getting a lot of questions about how I take care of my wigs, how I style them. So I just wanted to make a quick video on some of the products that I use to style my wig and actually how I take care of them. Okay, so let's just talk about like what I use to condition my wigs with. When I'm washing my wigs, I usually will use like a regular synthetic wig shampoo. I usually use that because it doesn't have a lot of oils in it, and oils will weigh down the synthetic fiber. A lot of times, if you use something like human hair shampoo, a lot of times it has like a lot of conditioning properties sometime in it, and it can cause synthetic fibers to kind of weigh down, and then it gets coated with a lot of product, and then it ends up causing the hair to mat up. When you have a lot of product in synthetic hair, it will mat and it tangles up a lot faster. So I try to use something like a wig shampoo, a regular wig shampoo, or you could always use also, which things that you already have in your household, you can use laundry detergent. Laundry detergent is something that you can use as well, and you can also use fabric softener to condition your wigs, but you need to rinse it out. So what you'd want to do is take your sink. You can fill your sink up with water. Dip your wig in the wig shampoo. You can actually put a little bit of wig shampoo in your water. Swirl it around. Take your wig, let it soak in there, maybe for a couple of minutes, 5-10 minutes, whatever, and then just take it out and then keep rinsing the wig off until you get all of the shampoo off. And then of course too, if you're going to use fabric softener, like if your wig is looking really dry, you can use a fabric softener for synthetic hair. I'm talking about synthetic, not human. You can take just a little bit of fabric softener, put it in the water, let your wig sit in it for a little bit, and you want to make sure you completely rinse it out because you don't want a lot of the fabric softener in your wig. And of course your hair is going to actually smell like laundry, but it's going to smell really nice. So that's one thing that you can use to use it. I know some people do use conditioners, but I feel like when you're using a conditioner, sometimes if you do get a conditioner, I would say get something that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, maybe like a cheap conditioner, like maybe VO5 or something, because when you put too much product on synthetic hair, it will mat up on you. And it's like, especially like when you wear straight hair in particular, it mats up, and you know what I'm talking about. It gets all bunched up at the back where you're constantly moving your head, especially if you're wearing like longer length units, which is rubbing on your back, on your clothes. It gets matted really fast because you have way too much product in your hair. So don't use something too heavy. Try not to coat your hair with too much heavy stuff. Now, when I am just spraying my wig with something because it needs something, because it's looking a bit dry, because a lot of times, especially the blonder units, like the lighter units or the colored units, and I don't really know because I think that a lot of people do say, but I do kind of see somewhat of a difference where the lighter fibers tend to be more drier looking. So you definitely want to use some type of control spray or wig conditioning spray. So the one that I've been using lately, and I like this one because there's a lot of different ones on the market that are made for like synthetic wigs, but this one is actually for human and synthetic wigs, and that is this product called Wet and Wavy. This is like a tangle-free conditioning spray that you can use like on synthetic wigs, like your curly units, your straight units. And what I really like about this one a lot is that it actually is not heavy and it doesn't really coat your wig too much stuff, so it ends up um, you know getting very matted, because I don't like when my wigs are being weighed down with too much product, because then you have to wash it a lot more frequently. But this one is very light and it's a good conditioning spray. It helps to kind of like tame the flyaways and the stands that are like all standing up on top of your head. It's a good one. I use that one. I like it. That's actually one of my favorite ones. You can get it from pretty much any beauty supply store, or just Google it. I'm quite sure you could find it on an online beauty supply store as well if you don't have a local BSS near you. Now, when I have curly hair like this one, what I like to use, and this is the best thing you can use, I would say on curly units you could probably use conditioner to try to but you want to make sure that you rinse it out. If you're going to use regular conditioner, use like something cheap like Suave or VO5 or something like that, but you want to make sure that you rinse it out of your unit because it will help with you know helping bring the curls back. So you want to use something like that, because I've also heard a lot of girls on YouTube talk about bringing back curly units like that by using some type of conditioner, and it does work because I've tried it. But in between washes, what I like to use to define the curls once they start to look dry and kind of matted sort of looking, like kind of, you know, not so great. The product that I like to use is basically Mousse. And this one that I use is also by Wet and Wavy. You could also probably try something for like human hair that you can find like in your local drugstore. But this one is a mousse. It's a foamy mousse. And it has like a pump. As you can see, it's like a pump. And you just pump it out and it comes out like in a foam. It's just a regular mousse. And I like it because it defines your curls and it makes it look much more natural. And it's really good. It brings the curls back, especially if they start to look dry and a little matted. I really like this one. If you have a curly unit, always use mousse. I think it works much better than the spray when you want to like coat your fibers, your hair curls and define them more. This is something that you definitely want to use. Now, someone asked a question. They wanted to know if like I tease my hair, like especially not this particular unit because I don't really tease it because my hair would just be like super big. But like on certain units that I have, like for instance the Danity one or some of the straight units that I have, someone was asking if I tease my units, and I do. I definitely tease my units. I just make them my own, and what I use to hold my style is just regular hairspray. Just use regular aerosol hairspray. And the one that I use, this one is what is this called? Fructis Style. This is by Garnier. And this is just, you could just get any hairspray in the drugstore, like really any type. And you want to use one that's like an extra hold. This one is an extra strong hold. And it's relatively inexpensive. I paid like less than $5 for this. It was like 4 something. And this is one that you can use, and it works really well. Because I have like used it like on, for instance, my Danity unit. I've used it to like hold the style that I was, you know, trying to make. And so what I use is like what I would do is I take like a brush or like a comb and I back comb my hair. I just back comb it to tease it, to give it volume. And then I take the hairspray and I use the hairspray to hold the style. That's what I use to hold the style of my unit. Because if you're not using hairspray, especially if you have the straight hair and you're trying to hold the style, you have to use hairspray. Even on your human hair units, you need to use hairspray to hold the style. Other than that, it's not going to hold the style, and it's going to drop. So this is what I use, and I find that it works great. I've been out in windy days, and I come back home and my hair still looks great. Like I might like adjust it a little bit, you know, kind of fix it, but it holds well, very well. And I absolutely love this particular hairspray. I love it. I'm going to buy some more of it because I really like the way it works. So basically that's pretty much what I use to, like, you know, products that I use to care for my units, my synthetic units. I'm only talking about synthetic units. I'm not talking about human. But these are the products that I use. Now, as far as like someone was asking, how do I extend the life of the unit? To extend the life of your unit, you need to rotate your units. If you're wearing the same exact unit every single day, you may get a month's wear out of that particular unit, depending upon how well you take care of it. You need to know how to take very good care of your hair. But if you're wearing the same unit, synthetic unit, every single day, day after day after day after day, it's going to eventually shed a lot. You're going to lose some hair, obviously, in it. It's going to thin out. And it's also going to tangle. Now, if your unit is starting to tangle in the back and you have a straight unit, you can always use a flat iron. As long as you have the Futura fiber hair that's heat safe, you can always use your flat iron to go in and straighten out the unit, especially like in the back, straighten it out. And as it's straight, as you're straightening it and the hair is still warm, you can always take something, you can pin curl it, you can just roll it up, use like a bobby pin and pin curl it, or use like, not a bobby pin, you can also use like those little silver hair clips that people use to like hold a curl. You can use that. I forget what they're called, those hair clip things. Or you can use which this is what I use. I always usually use a flexi rod. Use a flexi rod. As the fibers in your hair are still warm from taking the flat iron, you can take, you know, a flexi rod and just roll it to kind of give it a little bit of a slight curl, so it's not just completely straight and then it doesn't blend with the rest of the hair, especially if it has some body to it. Because of course you're usually not going to pretty much so touch the top. The top never really gets super matted. It's usually always the side pieces and the back, which is what gets tangled. And that's the part that you want to, like, just to extend the life of your wig. Just take a flat iron and straighten it. Take a flexi rod, or you could take a hair clip and just pin curl it. And you just want to leave it in there. You can leave it in there overnight, or you can leave it in there for a couple of hours and take it down, or you're going to have a little bit of a curl, and the curl pattern will stay. That's the one thing I like about synthetic hair. Synthetic hair like wins me over, tops over human hair, because synthetic hair will hold the curl pattern. Just like with this wig, these fibers were made to hold this curl pattern, and it was done through heat, a heat process. And it will continue to hold this as long as the life of pretty much so of the wig, until it starts to get old and matted. But synthetic hair is absolutely fantastic because it will hold the curl pattern no matter whether you go and wash the hair. You don't have to go back and recurl it. That's what I love so much about synthetic wigs, is that I don't have to put a lot of time and effort into making it look beautiful and glamorous, you know. So this is what you can do to extend the life of your wigs. Rotate your wigs frequently. Don't wear the same unit. If you want to, if you're wearing one particular unit, you really like it a lot, get a couple of them. Get 2 or 3 of them, the same one, and rotate them. Wear one week, wash it, put it away, then wear another one. And you will find that your wigs will last you for months, maybe even through a process of a year, as long as you know how to take care of your unit. It's all in taking care of your unit. A lot of people do not know how to take care of the synthetic units, and so they end up having this problem. So rotating your units, using proper products on your unit. Don't coat it with too much greasy, heavy stuff, because it will cause your unit to cake up and it will become extremely matted and tangled. The synthetic fibers do not do well with a lot of stuff on it. You can't put tons and tons of product on it, and you need to wash it frequently, because as more product that you have built up on the wig, it will become very matted, and you will see it because it will bunch up and it will look crazy. So keep your units as clean as possible. Try to use as little product on it as possible. Make sure you're using some type of conditioner. Like this is a, you know, like the Wet and Wavy one here. This is a leave-in conditioner that you can use like on synthetic or human hair wigs, but this one is made for both. But you want to make sure that when you're using some type of leave-in conditioner, use something that is made for synthetic fibers, because it's not as heavy as like what you would use on your natural hair. Like if you have like a weave or sew-in or something like that, if you're going to use human hair products on a synthetic wig, it's not going to work so well, because it coats too. I found that it just coats too much product on it, and it just doesn't look good. It looks greasy and just weird. So I would not recommend using human hair products on wigs, with the exception of Hairspray, because Hairspray is a totally different thing. So this is my video. Just wanted to come in here and just share that, because I was getting some questions about it, and I'm hoping that this helps for whoever is asking these questions, because there was a few people. So I figured, you know, instead of doing a whole bunch of like comments trying to tell the person how to do it, I figured I'd just make a video. And so this is my video. So I hope this helps. And I will be leaving some links below for some of my favorite charities, so check that out. Or you can always donate to a charity of your choice. Remember, sharing is always a good thing. Make sure you thumbs up if you like this video. Share it if you like it. And also, please subscribe. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day whenever and wherever you're watching this. Infinite love and gratitude.